Forgotten your password? Nice job, dummy. No, this is Quinn, that's Naz the iPhone guy, and I'm going to help you restore and recover your password on Macintosh OS X without deleting any of your files or having to restore your computer or any of the icky stuff. Now, actually, Apple has done what is very nice already, and they have implemented a very easy way to get your password restored. If you still have your original install CD, stick that into your computer, hold down C to boot from the disk, and when you boot, if you go to the tab up top where it says Utilities, you'll see a password manager, and that will let you restore and you'll be good to go. Now, if you don't have your CD, or in my case, you've replaced your CD drive with a SSD, there's a bunch of different scenarios where you may not have that original install CD. Well, don't worry, not all hope is lost. We can help you get all your information back. But at the same time, this is also a learning story for a lot of people out there. A lot of people out there think that their password is the end-all be-all. If you don't know your password, you're not getting into your computer. And that's actually false. Now, it is good that Apple's given you a way to reset your password if you've forgotten it, but it also gives criminals a way to get access to your computer without much trouble. So what I would recommend to every single person is if you have sensitive documents, be it customer information, bank statements, social security, anything that is sensitive information that you don't want being seen by people, use an application which encrypts that data. There's tons out there that create, encrypted file vaults, which you need heavy-duty security to get into. I recommend it's called Knox, and it's from the same people who develop 1Password Agile Web Solutions. So that's a lesson for everyone, but if you are stuck, if you can't get into your computer, this guide is going to help you. So let's get started. First things first, boot your computer by pressing the power button. Once you've pressed the power button, go and hold Command S. This will allow you to get into the terminal, and your computer will not boot from the hard drive. You'll see all these lines of information, and you're set, you're ready to go. So once you get to this spot, you're set. Just remember the power button. You press that, and then right after you've pressed that, hold the Command and S button to enter the terminal. So there you go. Alright, so I'm going to show you two methods, and both of them should work, but just a warning, they may not. So the first method works for about 98% of Macs, and it's the easiest, it's the nicest way to get back into your machine. And option 2 works for every single Mac in the world, but it's a little bit tougher to do once you've resetted it. So, resetted. Nice word, eh? Alright, so we're going to do this right here, and then I'll show you the second one as well. So you're going to type mount space -UW and then a space and then slash. Now, this is going to give you access to your actual drive. You're going to type launchctl space load, and all of these commands are below, but just as a warning, you will need to type them out by hand. So just make sure you get it right. If it doesn't work the first time, no worries. Just try retyping it correctly. And so you're going to type LaunchDaemons and then space com.apple. So we're specifying the path to the file, the directory services file that holds our password, so we can reset it. So DirectoryServices.plist. And now you're going to press enter. And it say nothing can be found, no such file or directory. That means I didn't type it correctly. So we're going to type it really quick. Alright, so we've got access to that folder now. As you can see, it went to the next line. It didn't give us any errors. It didn't say no such file or directory. So we're good to go. As long as it jumps to the next line, you have identified and specified the path. So it may take a couple times to enter. If it doesn't work the first time, or if you get an error, don't worry. Just type it again, and you'll eventually get it. So after you've done that, you're going to type ls/users. And then press enter. And what it's going to do is list all of the users on your computer. Now, I only have one, so you're going to be able to see it right here. Mine is Q Nelson. Yours may be Mark, or whatever your name is. It is going to vary from person to person. So you're going to find your username. That is your actual username, and remember that. So now you're going to type dscl space period space minus password, but passwd. Then you're going to type space /users, /, and now you're going to specify your username. So mine is QNelson. Again, yours may be, entirely different. It doesn't matter. And then you're going to set your new password. So you're going to put a space, and now your new password. So my new password is going to be hello world. Once I press enter, we're set and ready to go. It's jumped to the next line, and now we can reboot our machine by typing reboot. Now, when we get to the new login screen, you'll notice that everything has been reset. Now, one good thing about this, and there's no way to really recover this, so in some sense, people who are trying to steal your information can only go so far. Your keychain resets. That was kind of stuttery. Your keychain resets. So they're not going to have access to your email unless it's cached, so be aware of that. But they're not going to be able to access your PayPal account or whatever. It basically forgets all the passwords if you don't remember your original one. So I'm going to type hello world, and you can see it logs in. Now it says, hey, your keychain has expired. Do you remember your old password? And I do remember my old password. So I'm going to update the keychain. You have to type your old password. And once you've typed your old password, it will keep everything the same. But if you don't remember that, you will have to restore all your passwords. So in a sense, it does keep you secure. I mean, a robber can only get so far, or a theft or a criminal, but they still do have access to all your files on your computer. So you do have to be careful in some sense and try and encrypt files that are sensitive information. I promise you it's worth the money you'll pay for an application that does so. So that was the first step, pretty painless, pretty easy, and we're set and ready to go. So let's try procedure 2. All right, now if step 1 didn't work, and it really didn't work, try it and try it again. And if it doesn't work, then you can try this step. It's not quite as graceful. It is a little bit trickery, but it will allow you to get access back to your Mac. It just takes a little bit longer. So you're going to restart your Mac, get into this terminal prompt, and what we're going to do here is type mount space -uw/ space /. Once you've done that, you're set and ready to go. So let me refocus my camera here. Sorry. What you need to do is type rm space /var /db /.AppleSetupDone. Okay, and now you'll press enter. It'll jump to the next line, and now you're going to type shutdown -h now. Okay, now this is going to shut your computer down. And what you're going to do now is, what you've actually done is you've tricked your computer into thinking it's brand new. So it will prompt you to set up a new admin user account. Now this will create 2 admins, and then we're going to go into the new admin and reset the password for the old admin, and I'll show you how to do that. So it's a little bit confusing, but follow along and you won't get lost. So like I said, your computer thinks it's brand new, which is goofy because it's obviously not, but it is going to go through the whole hello Macintosh, welcome, how do you want to set up your computer, register all your bogus crap, and then just fill in the information. You can make it even bogus if you want, it's not that big a deal. But you will need to set up a new account. Now make the name different from your original account. So if your name is Quinn Nelson, I put Quinn Nelson 1. So I'm just going to kind of fast forward through while I do this process, and you can kind of see what I'm talking about. All right, so you can access your new Mac, but it's through your new user account. How can you get your old information back? It's actually pretty easy. You need to go up to the Apple menu and open System Preferences. Once you've opened System Preferences, you are going to go to Users, which is somewhere on my screen. I'm kind of far, Accounts under the System tab. You go to Accounts, and little snitch is going to pop up and ask you some questions. Now you need to click the lock to make changes. So you're going to type in, as you can see, the name is Hello John. This is the new account I set up. So what I need to do is type in my new password, which is, I'm trying to keep track of all these bogus passwords. Okay, there we go. You get access to your account, and now you're going to go down to your real account. Mine is Quinn Nelson, and as you can see, it's still an administrator account. Now, since this new account is an admin, you can reset the password for your other account. So the new password we are going to put as hello. We're going to verify it. Then we're going to put the password in. We're just going to write it out straight because I struggle with these things. Now we've reset our password. We're good to go. So now what I'm going to do, and you can do this if you want, I would recommend it. I'm going to log out and log into my old account, my original admin account, Quinn Nelson, and I'm going to use my new password, which was hello. Once I've gotten access to that, it's going to, again, as with the first step, prompt me, hey, do you remember all your keychain stuff? I do remember my keychain stuff, so I'm going to enter that. I think. No, that's not right. Failure. Let's try one more time. There we go. Okay, so we're set and ready to go. Now what you're going to do is go back into System Preferences. I'm going to go Apple menu, System Preferences, Accounts, enter your password to make changes. So mine again was hello. I enter that password, and now you can go to your Hello John account or your account you created temporarily and click the minus sign and delete that home folder. You'll get rid of all that important information that is not important. And now you're back and ready to go. You have your computer and you are set. So I know that's a little bit confusing, but anyone can get access to their computer if they forget it and mess up once in a while. Remember, encrypt your data if it's important, and as always, stay snazzy. See you later, folks.